The Dimeras have never been a family to shy away from secrets, but lately, it seems that Days of Our Lives is packed full of them. There's the mystery of who's kidnapping the Dimeras. Then there's question of who EJ has in the cryo chamber. And now we're left wondering, whose bones did Theo just dig up in the crypt? We speculated that this is all a setup to put Stefano to rest for good. It would make sense to finally give his remains a proper resting place, since legendary portrayer Joseph Mascolo passed away years ago and won't be returning. Plus, if Stefano's not in that tube of EJ's, then laying him to rest just makes sense. But there is another possibility about whose bones Theo just found. On Friday, spoilers have Chad confessing a fear to his nephew, and that fear could very well be that those bones are Abigail's. It would make a great deal of sense. Her body's been missing ever since Clyde pulled his replacement stunt with Kat. Worse, Clyde was put in a coma before he could be forced to cough up her location. It left plenty of ambiguity around whether she was ever really in there to begin with, and whether she was really, truly dead. But at the end of all of the Kat-Abigail drama, Abigail's family acknowledged that they felt in their hearts that she was really, truly dead. This would confirm it, and also that she's never coming back. Granted, there are always ways around death in Salem, but even Dr. Rolf's magic serums couldn't grant life to bones. Clyde could have taken her remains and stashed them under the Dimera crypt, figuring it's one place no one would ever dig into. It hasn't been that many years since Abigail was murdered, but if he removed her from her coffin early on, she might have decomposed faster than in the coffin. At the end of the day, there could be nothing left but bones. One way or another, this has to be a way to lay a character to rest for good. And Abigail could be as good an idea as any. Heck, maybe it would even give Jack and Jennifer enough closure to stop trying to punish Chad for falling for Kat. Or maybe not. Eerie and creepy incidents overwhelm the upcoming storyline of Days of Our Lives as Dimera members continue to be targeted. EJ happens to be the only free sibling facing an abduction danger next. Meanwhile, Sophia teams up with Rachel as both the delinquents plan for a bigger move. Elsewhere, Alex is facing a hidden threat from Stephanie's stalker fan in the long-running Peacock soap. The past few weeks on Days of Our Lives focused on the kidnappings of the Dimera siblings as one by one Tony, Kristen, Chad, and Theo vanished from civilized society to end up in the family crypt. Meanwhile, Brady left his daughter in Bayview to recover while moving into the Kyriakis mansion, angry with Marlena. In the psychiatric facility, Rachel befriended Sophia, who was normal, but pretended to be vague in front of others. While the Blacks grieved Rachel's predicament, Alex worried about Stephanie's enthusiastic fan. After getting her fan mails checked by Steve, the concerned beau landed in Chicago to look out for Stephanie's safety. At the same time, unknown people were seen outside her hotel room. Elsewhere, Kat drugged EJ to dig information on the ongoing kidnappings, but was chastised by Rafe. As fans already know, Rachel was recently admitted into Bayview. While Brady dropped a tearful Rachel at the facility, Sophia, who came there earlier, greeted her secretly. The two developed a rapport as the teenager visited the new entrant often. Moreover, Sophia snuck out to buy them burgers as Rachel fooled the nurse into thinking Sophia was in her bed. With the two planning to collaborate and have each other's backs, the Days of Our Lives plot hints at a future escape from Bayview. Their recent burger episode may be a tease to when the two delinquents decide to step out of the facility to visit their friends and enemies. Sophia may soon feel the need to look in at her baby. In the meantime, Rachel will likely stay quiet about Sophia's secret if Tate, Holly, or Brady visit her. She may also pry out information on baby Trey Tesoro to feed Sophia with the latest updates. EJ seemed surprisingly nonchalant during the recent events of vanishing Dimera family members. On the contrary, he remembered being in an Italian hospital where Kat read the Wuthering Heights to him, leading him to claim a special connection with her. As of now, Rafe, Kat, Jada, Theo, Kristen, and others believe EJ to be the kidnapper of his siblings. However, the upcoming episodes of Days of Our Lives may find EJ to be the next abduction victim. He may be surprised to find himself inside the family crypt surrounded by his missing siblings. As the rest of the victims realize that they wrongly believed EJ to be the kidnapper, the latter will learn whatever the others dig out in the crypt by then. The show also hints at the arrival of actor Dan Gauthier on December 19th, 2005, as Peter Blake, Kristen's biological brother and Stefano's adopted son. As part of the Dimera family, Peter will likely play an important role in the current mess. Recently, Alex recognized that Stephanie's crazy fan might also be a criminal and her stalker, thanks to Holly's mail sorting and Steve's sleuthing. As such, he arrived in Stephanie's Chicago hotel to protect her. However, both missed the unknown stalkers outside her room. The dual spoilers suggest that Alex may help Stephanie with her mail sorting in her room and open a mail containing a weird powder. As he gets doused in the powder, Alex will likely warn Stephanie to stay away from him and the powder. The latter may quickly dial 911. While Alex will likely be taken to the hospital and saved, Jada and the police department may consider the threat of a bioweapon looming. Other story arcs may include Leo cornering Gwen for her collaboration with EJ and Brady's growing closeness with Sarah. Stay tuned to Days of Our Lives to catch the upcoming drama as Alex faces danger and EJ is victimized. The previous episode of Days of Our Lives saw Alex surprise Stephanie. On the other hand, Paulina tried to reassure a worried Chanel regarding the Dimera disappearances. Tate filled Holly in on his dilemma. Brady and Sarah commiserated and got closer. Rachel was influenced by Sophia. The drama, the danger, the plotting, the brainstorming, the secrets, the joy, the trouble, and the chaos are about to elevate soon. Here's what fans can expect from the December 11th, 2025 episode of Days of Our Lives when they tune in to Peacock to stream the daytime drama set in Salem, Illinois. The episode on Thursday features Xander opening up to Marlena. He has been having a hard time trying to get over the fact that Sarah has officially decided to move and wants a divorce from him. To add to it, he is jealous of the proximity between her and Brady. Will Marlena be able to help him? He has been taking therapy with her, but it hasn't been a smooth ride due to his anger issues, and now the loss of the love of his life. On the other hand, sparks fly between Brady and Sarah. Their friendship is slowly blooming into something more, and there's no stopping them as sparks start to fly. Will they finally become a couple? Especially now that Brady has moved into the Kyriakis mansion, where Sarah is already living? The closeness is bound to explode. How far will they go? Will they stop at kissing or go all the way? Is this going to ruin any chance of Sarah and Xander anymore? Meanwhile, extra precautions don't sit well with Johnny and Chanel. The disappearances of the Dimeras have put the couple on edge, but the safety precautions are making things hard for Johnny and Chanel. The two will have to tolerate this because it's key to staying protected amidst danger. Even more so because they are new parents and have adopted Trey. How will they navigate this new situation? Elsewhere, Gabi defends herself to Javi. The two have faced plenty of friction over the years, but it seems it's resurfacing once again. What could this be about? Is it about Philip? And then lastly, Rafe and Jada search for answers. Is this related to the entire mysterious Dimera situation, where everyone keeps going missing? Tony, Kristen, Chad, and Theo have all disappeared. Will they get clues? A new wave of fear grips Salem. Multiple members of the powerful Dimera family have been abducted and are being held captive. This alarming situation has left the remaining family and their allies scrambling for answers. The town is on edge as the kidnappers' motives remain unclear. The missing individuals include Tony, Kristen, Chad, and Theo Dimera. They are currently locked inside the family crypt. Their terrifying confinement has led to a bone-chilling discovery. The specifics of this find are still unknown, but it has heightened the danger. This crisis is causing panic across Salem. Chanel is especially worried her husband Johnny could be the next target. Her mother, Paulina, is attempting to provide comfort and reassurance. The police investigation, led by Commissioner Rafe, is under immense pressure. While the kidnappings dominate, other personal stories continue. Alex Kyriakis decides to surprise his girlfriend, Stephanie. She is currently away on a book tour. His visit aims to support her during a busy and potentially stressful time. Meanwhile, Tate Black must come clean to Holly. He faces a dilemma he can no longer keep secret. This likely involves lying about their joint film project. His confession could seriously damage their relationship. At Bayview, a dangerous new alliance is forming. Troubled teen Rachel is being influenced by fellow patient Sophia. Their partnership suggests more plotting is ahead. This spells potential trouble for other Salem residents. The latest Days of Our Lives spoilers confirm the DiMera kidnapping mystery is far from over. Every resident is now looking over their shoulder, wondering who might be targeted next in this escalating Salem crisis. iNews covers the latest and most impactful stories across entertainment, business, sports, politics, and technology, from AI breakthroughs to major global developments. Stay updated with the trends shaping our world. For news tips, editorial feedback, or professional inquiries, please email us at info@zoombangla.com. Get the latest news and breaking news first by following us on Google News, Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The DiMeras keep waking up in their own crypt on Days of Our Lives, one by one, like the family curse finally learned how to set reminders. Salem's jumpy. Everyone's checking corners. The police, ISA, and FBI are on the case. And right in the middle of all that tension, the show tossed something lighter onto social media. A quick hit, no polish, just the cast talking fast and honestly about the characters they drag through the fire every week. The Days official Instagram page wrote, 10 seconds, 1 take, 0 script. Do the cast's descriptions match how you define your favorite characters? It's the kind of prompt that could have gone stiff. It didn't. In the attached video, everyone leaned into it like someone yelled, "Go!" and they blurted out the first thing in their heads. Dan Feuerriegel pretended to be talking on his phone. EJ is a beeping beep who beeping anyone that gets in his beeping way. Beep! Pure chaos, pure EJ. Cherie Jimenez hit every layer with, Gabby Hernandez is bold, fierce, protective of those that she loves. She is vulnerable underneath all that toughness. And yeah, she's independent. And she's also one not to be, without saying a curse word, not to be messed. You could feel the affection in it, and the warning. John Paul Lavoisier came in steadily, stating, Philip Kyriakis is the co-CEO of his father's business, and he is constantly living under the struggle of living up to the family name. It landed soft, like a guy who knows the weight he's playing. Tyler Joseph Andrews brought warmth with, Theo Carver is charming, kind, slightly oblivious, but he's always forgiving of the people that wronged him. It was the perfect description of Theo. Greg Reichardt smiled through the whole thing. Leo is chaotic. Leo is charming. Leo is a ne'er-do-well who really wants to not be a ne'er-do-well and do the right thing. He's always trying. We've enjoyed seeing Leo's redemption arc play out, making him a fan favorite. Then Jackie A. Harry did what Jackie A. Harry does. Paulina Price is love, bold, sassy, classy, brassy, sometimes a little nasty, but always nice. Followed by her trademark cackle that hits like a bell. Galen Goring kept it plain, stating, Rafe's now in the FBI again. He used to be a commissioner. He's like police, all things investigative. We're gonna find out. If you did something wrong, I'm gonna find out. So don't be like breaking the law. Carson Boatman didn't overthink it. Johnny is loyal, conflicted, confident, but insecure. Handsome, he added with a grin. And newcomer Hank Northrup rounded it out with, Liam is a misunderstood bad boy with a heart of gold who is honestly not a bad boy at all. He's just trying his best to help his son. And to be a good human, that's all he's trying to do is be good. That's it. Days of Our Lives. Spoilers suggest that there may be a much more sinister purpose for the DiMera family ending up in the DiMera crypt. We have been trying like crazy to figure out what the heck is really going on here, and we have a couple of theories. One by one, each member of the DiMera family has been kidnapped and tossed into the crypt. Tony DiMera, Kristen DiMera, Chad DiMera, Theo Carver, and soon EJ DiMera. It's no coincidence, and we think perhaps Dr. Wilhelm Rolf may have something to do with it. We must admit, The DiMeras are the most compelling characters on the soap. We've been anxious to find out exactly who's behind these DiMera snatchings. We had wondered whether Peter Blake might be responsible. He may be involved, but we're unsure what his angle would be. Duel fans saw in the winter preview that Kristen was in the hospital talking to her brother Peter when he suddenly screamed at her, "Get out!" Kristen is then seen sobbing uncontrollably. We do wonder why exactly Peter comes back and what he wants. At one point, he had jungle madness, which drove him into a violent rage, making him very dangerous. Maybe he contracted the made-up disease again, only on Duel. Currently, EJ has Dr. Rolf working on this mystery project, which we think involves bringing either Stefano DiMera or Lexi Carver back to life. The rats they tested on perished, but will soon come back to life by way of whatever black magic Dr. Rolf is performing. We wonder if maybe Dr. Rolf plans to use these members of the DiMera family for human testing. There must be some reason why the DiMeras are stuck down in the crypt. After all, Dr. Rolf is developing some kind of resurrection serum that could possibly lead to immortality. The serum may even be combined with the drug that the heroic John Black risked his own life and died to save Bo Brady's life, Versavix. In the land of Salem, Versavix is a miracle drug used to treat sepsis. The drug was developed by Dr. Jeffrey Russell. Dr. Russell had a partnership with EJ. Somehow, EJ wound up in control of the research lab where all the action is. Whatever is going on in that lab, it is likely to benefit EJ financially. Meanwhile, Kristen, Chad, and Theo are in the crypt studying human bones and trying to deduce whose they belong to. EJ will eventually have them identified. Dr. Rolf could make tons of money off the resurrection serum, which would require FDA approval. By the end of the week, the untouchable EJ DiMera shows up in the crypt. It's possible that Dr. Rolf not only needs to conduct tests on these poor rats, but also on humans. Also, in the promo, the DiMera family stands in their living room at the mansion as EJ declares, "The House of DiMera will not fall." Whatever the case, something is off here. Unless, somehow, it's part of the grand plan. The promo clearly shows the DiMeras are triumphant. As the DiMeras stand united, it's obvious that nothing and no one will ever take them down. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Thursday, December 11th reveal Brady Black might want to calm down a minute. Meanwhile, Xander Cook opens up to Marlena Evans. Plus, Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree might have gotten more than they bargained for. Here's what you need to know. First, things heat up with Brady and Sarah Horton. We're not surprised. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal they're both in very vulnerable positions right now. They've bonded over the situation Rachel Black is in, plus their shared love for her. But we think this is a really bad idea. We think if Rachel were to find out right now, it would be bad for her recovery. Plus, even if she's allowed to go home, it would be way too soon, in our opinion, for Brady to have a girlfriend. He's seen her sabotage his relationships multiple times now. Plus, when she learned about what happened with Sarah, we all know what Rachel decided to do about it. Since he didn't do enough before to deal with her issues with his girlfriends, he needs to accept he better stay single a while for everyone's own good. At least, again, until Rachel has been treated and had some time to readjust to life at home. As for Xander, he confides in Marlena. He definitely has a lot to get off his chest. Sarah was beyond rude when he visited her, and it seems like he still doesn't see his daughter. And we're sure Maggie Kyriakis isn't making things easy for him at Titan. Plus, he obviously is still dealing with guilt and his decision to sign off on the divorce. Finally, Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal Johnny and Chanel are not comfortable with the new precautions. Last time, Chanel freaked out after learning about the growing list of missing DiMeras. So, Paulina Price offered to let them stay at her place and take advantage of government security. We have a feeling this is a case where the protection will be too much for them. They'll feel suffocated and like they have zero privacy at all. As for the case, Jada Hunter and Rafe Hernandez begin a search. We imagine this will be them visiting wherever they believe EJ DiMera is at that moment to question him about the disappearances. A surprise twist has Days of Our Lives fans buzzing that an enduring mystery is finally cracking, and the answer may have been hiding in plain sight all along. Days just dropped a nasty little surprise in the DiMera crypt, and it might be the clue that blows a long-running mystery wide open. Viewers are already piecing it together and wondering if the show has been dangling the answer right under our noses the whole time. Recent episodes uncovered a stash of bones beneath the floor of the DiMera family crypt. A few unlucky characters got stuck in there, tensions spiked, and now everyone is asking the same question: whose remains are sitting under Salem royalty? Officially, the show has not named the body. Unofficially, the loudest and most logical theory points to one person: Stefano DiMera. Look, this is Days. People return from the dead here like it is a commute. But even by this show's standards, Stefano has been gone for years in a way that feels different. Every time he has come back, it has leaned on science experiments, elaborate cons, or someone pretending to be him. The actual man has not walked into a room in ages. As Rafe put it earlier this summer, if Stefano were still alive at this point, he would be older than Methuselah. And here's the part that keeps nagging. Stefano's body was never found. He never got a proper burial. For a guy whose legacy is literally the phoenix, that loose end has always felt like a setup. Bones turning up hidden under the family crypt floor is exactly the kind of gothic soap flourish that fits the DiMera playbook. If those are indeed Stefano's remains, it does more than solve a mystery. It tees up the next DiMera chapter, not resurrecting the old phoenix, but crowning a new one. The show could be clearing the board for someone ruthless enough to claim the throne and carry the family's darker traditions forward. Honestly, the more interesting question might not be whose bones they are, but who put them there and why. That answer could shift the power map in Salem fast. Bottom line, the show is acting like it is laying a trail to a reveal that could rearrange the DiMera Raub family tree. Whether the bones belong to Stefano or someone else, the secret buried in that crypt feels like it is about to break the surface. This week in Days of Our Lives begins with drama as Jada's plans for a romantic evening with Theo face unexpected interference. While Theo, Tyler Joseph Andrews, and Jada, Elia Cantu, have been exploring their budding connection, their night doesn't go as smoothly as hoped. The previews hint at potential danger, and whether Theo will play a role in the unfolding events remains uncertain. Rumors point to activities in the family crypt, but the timing of these developments is still unknown. Meanwhile, Gabi, Cherie Jimenez, and Philip, Jean-Paul Lavoisier, are showing signs of worry. While Philip's recent life has seemed stable, and Gabi has just regained her Gabi chic confidence, the preview suggests something beneath the surface is troubling them. Their unease hints at complications or secrets that could disrupt their lives in Salem, leaving fans questioning what might happen next. Elsewhere, Kat, Anna Lynn McCord, confronts EJ, Dan Fioregal, with questions, likely triggering a tense exchange given EJ's relentless personality. The interaction promises intensity, as nothing about EJ is ever straightforward. At the same time, Paulina, Jackie Harry, Kekisi, steps in to provide comfort to Abe, James Reynolds. Whether this intervention relates to Theo or to unforeseen events involving Abe's family remains a mystery. Finally, Chad, Billy Flynn, Kristen, Stacey Haydock, and Tony, Theo Penglis, find themselves in a tense debate over escape strategies. Their plans hint at desperation, but the previews leave it unclear whether their efforts will lead to freedom or deeper trouble within the family crypt. The suspense surrounding their choices adds to the week's heightened tension, keeping fans on edge. Days of Our Lives viewers have witnessed the soap opera create so many unforgettable super couples over the years. Classic pairings such as Beau, Peter Reckel, and Hope Brady, Christian Alfonso, John Black, Drake Hogestyn, and Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, Jack Devereaux, Matthew Ashford, and Jennifer Horton, Melissa Reeves, and Steve Johnson, Stephen Nichols, and Kayla Brady, Mary Beth Evans, have given fans a reason to tune into Duol for decades, per Fame 10. In addition, younger couples like Sean Brady, Brandon Beamer, and Belle Black, Martha Madison, Chad DiMera, Billy Flynn, and Abigail Devereaux, Kate Mancy, Marcy Miller, Ben Weston, Robert Scott Wilson, and Kiara Brady, Victoria Konefal, and Will Horton, Chandler Massey, and Sonny Kiriakis, Freddie Smith, Zach Tinker, have captivated a younger generation of viewers via Cheat Sheet. However, one character seems to create fan-favorite pairings, no matter who she's romantically involved with. Sammy Brady, Allison Sweeney, is known for her complicated love life, and it all started when she teamed up with Lucas Horton, Brian Dattilo. It may be hard to keep up with every character on Days of Our Lives. However, some are easier to remember than others. Characters who have been through a lot of drama and had memorable storylines are no doubt embedded in the brains of viewers. Of course, those who come from Salem's most prominent families are also considered to be among some of the most important characters on the Sudsur. Undoubtedly, characters like Jennifer Horton will forever be a part of the show's landscape and history. Jennifer is the daughter of Laura Spencer and Bill Horton. She's also the granddaughter of the Sudsur's original and iconic duo, Tom and Alice Horton. Sadly, Jennifer's childhood was anything but easy. She was forced to deal with her mother's mental health issues, and she eventually turned into a troubled teenager. After running away from boarding school, she came to Salem to live with her grandparents, who, along with the help of her older brother Mike Horton, steered Jennifer towards the right path. Over the years, Jennifer has become one of the most beloved characters on Days of Our Lives, and longtime fans will likely remember all of her love interests along the way. Days of Our Lives, spoilers for Thursday, December 11th, reveal some major moments up ahead in Salem. Someone opens up to another, while a super couple is terrified, and a character defends their actions. Find out what's set to unravel on Thursday's show, below. Xander Kiriakis opens up Days of Our Lives. Spoilers for Thursday, December 11th, hint that Xander Kiriakis, Paul Telfer, will open up to Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall. The holiday season is coming, and spending Thanksgiving alone may have reminded Xander that he's nothing without his family. He and Sarah Horton, Lindsay Godfrey, have split up due to his lies. So will Xander decide to change his ways. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Jada Hunter, Elia Cantu, has been trying to jump back into the dating pool. The commissioner was matched with Theo Carver, Tyler Joseph Andrews, and they seem to be getting along. However, Jada will also need to work with Rafe Hernandez, Galen Gehring, on the Demera kidnapping crisis. Could the police boss end up in a surprising new love triangle? Keep reading, and let's talk about the possibilities. Days of Our Lives early weekly spoilers for December 15th through the 19th. Look at Sophia Choi's new scheme and Rafe Hernandez panicking. As we always do on Early Edition Day, we're going to talk about what's coming the rest of this week, then jump into what's ahead next week. On Wednesday, December 10th, we've got Rachel Black falling more deeply under Sophia's influence, and I wonder what she'll have Rachel do. The baby nurse checks on Rachel, who is hiding fully clothed under the covers, and then the kid is creeping out of her room. That is not a good sign. Alex Kiriakis surprises Stephanie Johnson in Chicago. He shows up at the hotel room, but Stephanie's on high alert. Maybe her spidey senses are tingling because her stalker has followed her to Chicago. So, she almost stabs Alex with a letter opener. After sorting that out, Stephanie and Alex hit the sheets. Meanwhile, back in Salem, Chanel Dupree is worried, and her mom, Paulina Price, tries to reassure her. Obviously, they're concerned that Johnny Demera and baby Trey may be at risk of kidnapping along with the other Demeras that have been snatched. Brady Black commiserates with Sarah Horton. She's feeling really bad about what has happened with Rachel because her tangled past with the little girl, with the whole baby kidnapping, is part of what set Brady's daughter off. But also, him being under the same roof as Sarah, since Maggie Horton Kiriakis invited him to stay there, is really going to rub Xander Cook the wrong way. He's already jealous, and Brady and Sarah are going to get much closer soon. She also has FaceTime with Holly Jonas. After those two talk, she's going to head over to the campus to see Tate Black at the dorm. Holly and Tate are going to hit the sheets, but also, Holly and Tate are discussing his concerns and stress. I wonder if he's finally going to tell Holly about his borderline failing grades, or maybe they just talk about his concerns about his little sister Rachel. On Thursday, December 11th, we've got Xander leaning on Marlena Evans. Hopefully, she can lean back a little. He's going to open up to Marlena about his heartbreak over his divorce from Sarah being official. Xander may also vent about Brady moving into the mansion and moving in closer on his woman. I do wonder if Marlena will clue Xander in about her recent falling out with Brady. Gabby Hernandez gets an earful from Ariana Horton, and she is defending herself. This could be about her love life. Ari doesn't like Leo Stark, and Gabby may be blamed for that. Johnny and Chanel are quite uneasy about the heightened security measures, but the thing is, Theo's gone missing now, so they can't deny that DiMera's are being snatched off the street. Brady and Sarah spark on Thursday. They're going to get much closer, even though her heart still belongs to Xander. We could see Sarah trying to cut ties emotionally with Xander. A romance with Brady may be the perfect distraction, but it's going to mean more to Brady than to her. Sarah is going to become Brady's main focus while he is spiraling about Rachel. Rafe and Jada Hunter team up and look for answers on the DiMeras with the FBI and the local Salem PD working together. Confident the crypt crew is going to be found, but not quite yet. Somebody else is about to go missing. On Friday, December 12th, we have got Jeremy Horton quite upset with Maggie. I wonder if she's going to accuse Jeremy of sending those stalker letters to Stephanie. Holly may mention the creepy letters to her grandma Maggie, and she may also tell her Alex's suspicions that it is Jeremy. When Maggie says some things to him, Jeremy's going to absolutely snap at her for thinking the worst of him. He is obviously very frustrated with all of this. And he's not the bad guy here, right? We know that it's going to be Owen Kent revealed to be the villain. Also on Friday, we've got Rafe warning Kat Green. He thinks she's getting way too close to EJ DiMera after Kat told him that she drugged EJ and searched the mansion, the bedroom, and the secret rooms. Rafe completely lost it with her because Kat is not a trained agent. She is an analyst. She's a desk jockey. She's not supposed to be out doing this kind of thing. Chad DiMera tells Theo his fears about missing the custody hearing. Chad is going to be really worried that his kids, Thomas DiMera and Charlotte DiMera, might already be in Boston by now, moved in with Jack Devereaux and Jennifer Horton, because she made it very clear to Chad that she was going to take his kids. So, Alex and Stephanie are planning their future, and Alex is going to propose very soon to Stephanie on Days of Our Lives. EJ upsets Gwen when he says that if she can't handle Leo, then EJ's going to take care of him personally. Now, she's mad at Leo and still, but I don't think Gwen wants EJ to experiment on him or whack him. EJ goes missing by the end of this week as well. He is dumped in the mausoleum with the rest of the DiMeras. Maybe when Susan Banks's precious baby boy, Elvis Jr., goes missing, she'll finally get a vibe and can point Rafe and Jada where to look for all the missing DiMeras. The week of December 15th through the 19th, we will see Rafe and Jada finding the crypt crew. That's coming soon, before they can spoon their way out of there. I don't understand tunneling out by starting the tunnel in the middle of the room. Obviously, you would dig near a wall to make the shortest tunnel if you're digging your way out of a crypt. Duh. They kind of deserve to stay stuck in there if they can't figure that out, because they are clearly digging in the middle of the room. Kat may go back to the DiMera mansion to poke around after EJ goes missing. Sophia and Rachel keep up their plotting. I am worried that Sophia is going to get Rachel to do something dangerous, because Sophia wants her baby out of Johnny and Chanel's house, and she's continuing to fake her catatonia. Alex and Stephanie are going to start wedding planning soon, and Gabby and Leo are going to start wedding planning soon. We know that they have a holiday wedding, with Dr. Marlena Evans officiating the big event. We also have Alex getting a letter soon. This is not a fan letter to Stephanie, in case you thought it was if you saw part of this in the promo. This is a letter that is very specifically addressed to Alex. When he tears it open, there's a white powder inside that kind of explodes out. Alex is in a panic. He doesn't want Stephanie to come any closer. They alert the police, and it looks like Salem is going to have a scary biohazard panic. Of course, attention for all of these antics falls on Jeremy, who is not the bad guy. But not only does Alex think he is, but Stephanie's dad, Steve Johnson, thinks he is as well. Everybody is going to be stunned when they find out it's Owen Kent, because he went missing from a prison transport like over a decade ago, if I'm remembering my years right. so he was not on anybody's radar. Susan's premonition about Stephanie's mystery coming true begins to manifest, and the crypt crew digs up more bones. They are wondering what in the heck is going on, and with EJ appearing as the next hostage, that's going to have all of the DMRs now wondering, okay, we suspected EJ might have done it, but he's here with us. So, will Megan Hathaway be their next suspect as the kidnapper? Because she's MIA and crazy. On Friday, December 19th, a recast Peter Blake debuts, and he may be the kidnapper of the other DMRs. We'll learn more about his agenda. On Days of Our Lives, the DMRs keep waking up in the family crypt like fate got bored and hit repeat. First Tony, then Kristen, then Chad, then Theo. 4 people, same stone box, same stale air, same bad luck. Salem's above them, living life as usual, but down in that crypt, something else is happening. Something the show almost dares you to recognize if you've ever fallen down a black and white rabbit hole late at night. The setup started simple. Chad's voice echoing off concrete. Theo insisting logic still works. Kristen treating misery like it owes her money. Tony was asleep before the next wave hit. They argued every angle. EJ did it, EJ didn't do it. Someone else wants the inheritance messier. But the rhythm under all that bickering had a strange hum to it. Escape room pressure. The kind of space where nobody remembers how they got in, and nobody believes the exit is real. You could feel it sharpen once they tried stacking themselves into a human ladder. One wrong shift, one wobble, and Kristen hit the ground hard. The whole thing fell apart fast, not because the plan was ridiculous, but because the show wanted you to look at the structure. 3 people, scrambling upward, falling right back into the same place. Something about the repetition felt familiar in a way the characters couldn't name. And then Theo picked up the candle holders and said exactly what the moment needed. Use the tools in front of you. It pushed everything into a different gear. Less panic, more purpose. And that's when the episode quietly tipped its hand. Days wasn't just doing another Dimera meltdown. It was staging a modern riff on a decades-old television puzzle that also trapped 5 strangers in a sealed cylinder and made them fight to understand why. Look at the beats. A cramped chamber. A group of personalities that shouldn't work together, but have no choice. No real sense of time. A ladder attempt that fails because the ceiling is just barely out of reach. A blunt, almost disappointing thud when the plan collapses. Days reproduced it with soap opera texture, but the bones of the moment, no pun intended, came straight from the Twilight Zone episode. 5 characters in search of an exit. The parallels land harder once Theo digs into the floor and hits something human. That's when the room stops being a holding cell and starts being a question mark. In the TZ episode, the characters didn't know they weren't human, but dolls in a trash bin, trying to find their way out of an impossibly circular place. They even tried doing the whole human ladder thing to get out, but were simply not high enough to reach the edge. And freedom. Here, the Dimers know too much. They know the history in the walls. They know how many secrets were built under their feet long before any of them were born. The bone is the tilt, the break in the loop. The reveal that this isn't just captivity, it's legacy gnawing back. Kristen's ankle, Chad's frustration, Theo's quiet focus. They're playing the energy of the dolls, trying to climb out of the can. Except Days flips it. No snowy orphanage, no bell ringing overhead. Just a family grappling with their own mythology and realizing the room they think they understand might not actually be theirs. And that's the point the show leaves you with. A trapped group. A rigged space. A missed exit. A wink to the audience that knows its television history. Days buried the Easter egg right in the middle of an escape attempt. And if you blinked, you might have missed the most fun nod the show has slipped in all fall.